Annyeong, it's Mikey here. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and supporting everything that I'm doing. I'm really trying to make improvements, so please leave comments below what you'd like to see and things that I could do to make this channel even better. Guys, today I want to thank Yunzii for sending me out the B75 Pro keyboard. Now this is a budget keyboard, so let's go straight into the unboxing and let me give you guys more information and my thoughts.
Let's get into the unboxing of the Yunzii B75 Pro. So as soon as we open the box up, guys, we can see that comes with a manual and a bunch of function keys, and it will give you all of them in many different languages. Guys, you can get this in Japanese, Chinese, English, so much more. Now, opening up the keyboard, we see that it's actually wrapped up in plastic. So we're gonna open it up. Hopefully I can get this right. I always have issues opening up things in plastic. And this, guys, looks nice. You know, it's made of plastic though, so it's not aluminum, but it is well built, and it has the multiple stands, of course, in different levels. Now let's take a look inside the box of accessories. So the first thing we get is, oh, look guys, it's actual accented keycaps. So you can change the color from green to red. And there's another little bag in here that when we open it up, it's gonna have the cable. It's a cheap cable, guys. You have switch puller, keycap puller. Not the most amazing, but you also get some extra switches. So let me give you a sound test. Now that we've done the sound test, I want to do a teardown of the keyboard, what you need. So this is a specific tool you're going to need to be able to open this up. There's actually no screws involved, which does make it a bit difficult. Now you're going to have to actually pry each side of the keyboard. So you're going to have to get this tool in and try to get the clips out. One thing to note though is that where the USB cable plugs in, where your switches for the switching from wireless to wired, and where the dongle would be, that part, guys, is a separate part that you have to remove as well. So we're gonna get into actually removing everything. So definitely not an easy keyboard to do modifications on, but in general the keyboard itself already sounds good, as you guys heard, and it is quite creamy sounding. And the switches that I got, the milky switches, is quite quiet. But as you guys can see, you're gonna have to be careful when removing that specific piece that covers the USB cable and the switch to switch from wired, wireless, and Bluetooth. So make sure you're gonna be careful with that and you don't break anything when opening this up. So now we can actually see how this keyboard was built and what is making it sound the specific way, and if there's any modifications you can actually do. So let's take a look inside. So now we can see that there's batteries in there and the USB port, and there's a silicone padding on the bottom. So that silicone padding, guys, is actually quite thick, but it's actually hollow. So it's not like the whole thing is all silicone, but it's just, it has little edges that's propping it up. So there is little space underneath that silicone. So as you guys could see, that there was some empty spaces that you can actually go into to be able to maybe do some mods in there. You're not going to be able to do any tape mods on this though, because that whole foam is actually taped directly to the bottom of the PCB. So you're unable to remove that, and there's no point of doing a tape mod. It's like it's pre-built with a tape mod on there. So this space right here, guys, is where you can actually maybe do some modding. Either you're gonna have to cut up foam to put underneath there, or what I usually do, guys, which is the car sound dampening that you can put inside. Now one nice thing though is putting it back together is actually quite simple. So taking it apart is difficult, putting it together very, very simple. Now I'd like to give you guys my thoughts of the B75 Pro. It is a nice creamy keyboard. I would personally not go with the milky switches that is available with this build. The reason being is I feel like they're a little bit scratchy and it has this weird feel to it when it's coming back up. When you're pressing down, it's fine. It's just when it comes back up. If you're going to do this, I would use different switches or get this keyboard on sale, which currently is. You can see in the link below in descriptions, and get different switches on top of that. I think actually the KTT King white switches would work really well with this keyboard. And seriously guys, even though it's made out of plastic, it actually has this dense feel to it. I was actually quite surprised, even though it's made out of plastic, where it's almost giving off this feel that it is quite dense as a keyboard. Now, this keyboard, guys, has another issue that I felt, which is the wireless connection. So you're going to have a delay with the USB dongle specifically when switching from taking a pause and then trying to type again. There is like a moment where the keyboard will actually go to sleep. So you're going to have to be careful that if you don't like that. If you're a person that likes to have their keyboard constantly connected and constantly on, you're going to have to keep that in mind, that you will have to give it at least 1 second before it'll actually start actuating the keys on a computer. All in all, I think this is a very decent budget keyboard that is made out of plastic. Compared to the Apple Say I did last week, it's very different. This one feels more dense and it's a much quieter typing experience if you want something that is quieter, especially if you want to use it for work. Now let's do a sound test with the Diamond Avalon 60 comparison.
Let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Yunzii B75 Pro? And if you have one too, let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear about it and your experiences. As I said in the video, guys, milky switches, I'd probably stay away. But it's a very nice creamy keyboard. That definitely makes switches sound creamy. And this is with a different switch. Now, thank you again, Yunzii, for sending me out the B75 Pro. And I can't wait to try out more things, guys, and give you guys even more in this channel. So please subscribe, leave comments, and like. It really helps the channel and helps it spread to other people. Now, the boxes are up on the left and right for other videos I've done. Please go check them out, and I'll catch you guys next time.